You can skip lunch and dinner, but you can never skip breakfast. Most you can do against breakfast is delay it. Humans are actually parasites that are destroying the Earth and looking for new planets to live on after we've destroyed Earth. Sounds strange that your uncle/Shan can be younger than you. Information error has really proved the saying ignorance is bliss, right? All mirrors are bought used. A whole kissing a frog thing is technically bestiality. When you say, that's the brain version of blowing dust off your memory card. Usually people who receive silver/gold are the ones who least expect it, and this is the value. Adam and Eve biting the apple, an apple falling on Isaac Newton's head, Apple being the biggest tech company, etc. The apple is probably the most historically significant fruit ever. There are so many people from such a variety of diverse backgrounds that you can probably find someone who has gone nearly the same path as you and learn from them. Every piece of popcorn is a different shape. Peanuts have a flesh-eating enzyme in the juice, so when you eat it, it eats you back. Created stuff that kills the planet with stuff the planet created. If we can own planets in the future, there will probably be someone who terraforms their planet to look like the Soviet flag. Children of reality show stars will one day watch footage of their parents acting like idiots. You, and everything you know is based on infinitely small things reacting to each other. Many people dislike FTP pay-to-win games, despite living in the biggest one. Turner is an adult now and has no idea that he had fairly odd parents, but we know everything. So does he just think he still had a shitty childhood? It took them 8 seasons to cover a span of 2 years in that 70s show. Nostalgia is the feeling where you can both feel happy and sad at the same time. You were happy to thinking you had such a good experience back then, but sad when you realize you can't enjoy it again. Edit. For thinking. Plastic Cincy might become the meteor showers for fishes. When it comes to dating, men are playing checkers and women are playing chess. Another world war happens, it's totally possible that people who were fighting together's grandparents also fought together. Seeing all the train commuters silently busy on their phones somehow feels like the end scene from Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Will probably come a time where email is considered a new snail mail. We are closer to 2035 than we are to the year 2000. We are closer to 2035 than we are to the year 2000. I feel old. As a kid, touching the stove or firing with your hand is like seeing a fire deals damage in a video game. Target, it doesn't sell targets. What a rip-off. Delay between light and sound is like real-life lag. There are billions of people in the world, and still so many walk around lonely and horny. In physics, the unit for kiljoule, so physics supports fapping. Stomachs are the vibration motor of humankind. It can send push notifications when you're hungry or feeling sick. If we live in a simulation, we don't actually know what is in this normal, only what the simulation has presented to us. It's possible that everyone has a superpower of some kind, but no one knows how they work or how to use them. Fireflies are gross little bugs similar to a lot of others, but people only like them because they have nice bits. Brain can't remember half the stuff you want to remember. Can't forget any of the stuff you want to forget. Actions can be learned, but feelings cannot. Ghosts are souls of aliens and Earth is their hell. If you think about it, we challenge sports players for doing their job correctly. IAJT, ever party is a surprise party, with or without company. Anytime you buy a meal and don't finish it, you've essentially been to an all-you-can-eat. Among adults, sports fanhood is inversely proportional to likelihood of actually participating in sports. Mad Max looks every day more like our future. Climate change heats the earth and accelerates extreme weather. In some decades, oil will be sparks and warp will be filled over water. Mozart was a bedroom producer. When someone plans an outdoor activity, it depends on the weather minus whether or not it rains. You know you're close to someone when you know where certain apps on their phone Extra, an annoying prank would be to rearrange someone's phone apps. If aliens were smart, they did attack on April 1st. Having a backseat driver has killed more people than it has helped. Having a backseat pilot has helped more people than it has killed. All of your vacations are family vacations until you reach a certain age. High school students today have more knowledge than 90% of people just 200 years ago. You are what you eat. Then you can preserve your species by being the last thing something has eaten. Even though people speak the same native language as us, they still have completely different reference material in their head for every word and phrase. Good serial killer isn't known as a serial killer. Most people say they love nature, but it has tried to kill us since day zero. At least one person knows who Banksy is. Without the 1% power users who create content, social platforms would die pretty fast. This driver waiting for one late-running passenger makes every other passenger a little bit late to where they are going. If you think about the opportunity cost, doing nothing is quite expensive. There is nothing stopping anyone from going into a store, taking a liter, then chilling it in the frozen section before buying it. You will whisper, as if make the same sound as f, and just make the same sounds as. Humanity is as human as humanity. We taught kids that drugs existed and made them want to try them more than scaring them into not doing them. A gentle breeze or a water spill for a human is like a hurricane or a tsunami for tiny insects. Animals must think cars are other animals too. You can't stand backwards on a stair. If kidney stones were more valuable than diamonds, society would change drastically. An atom is made up of 99.9% empty space, then our body is 99.9% empty as well. In cartoons and kids' movies, most robots have the characteristic and clear electronic voice, but if you have that kind of technology, then those robots would surely sound like humans. If someone's body managed to create a natural cure for an incurable disease, we might never know about it. We are not even the administrator of our own body. Your immune system, sleep, menstruation, memories, intelligence, interests and of-course aging are not under control of your own consciousness. Yet we think we have absolute control over the planet. Salads are prostitutes. They're growing all over your body, maybe you trying to go back to being a monkey. People who live on the equator will have moved more in their lives than those closer to the poles. A lot of these submissions are probably not even from people in the shower. Saying money can't buy happiness is like saying it won't make you better. To make a wish. Kids request. Ooh, but it helps ease the pain a little, right? Clothes are, for the most part, the only product you can buy in any size, and the price is the same regardless. The word shark, with a bit of imagination, looks like one. Everyone is into one or another kind of asthma, but almost nobody is willing to admit it. And if you're thinking no, I'm totally not, then you just haven't discovered the kind of asthma that works for you. Your skeleton is a puppet protected by a flesh suit. Your brain pulls the strings with little electric signals. Everything you experience is registered through your brain. You are exactly half your mother's age when you reach the same age she was on the day she gave birth to you, but never any other day. Any $100 bill you have could have been tossed on a naked stripper in a rap video. With every breath, a new moment of life comes, but at the same time we are one step closer to death. Living and dying are never separated. Spend money on hairdressers when you can just air dry for free. River can snake, but a snake can't river. People younger than 18 are minors. People older than 18 are majors. Any painting, red and yellow colors pop, or stand out against a blue or green background. The eye is drawn to the red and yellow. This is programmed into our brains from searching for ripe fruits of red and yellow against the green and blue background of leaves and sky. In chocolate is an oxymoron to the taste buds. Whether an ad on Pandora is bad or not doesn't matter to them. They make money from silencing them too. Evolution did everything it could to make garlic inedible, only to end up making it delicious. If World War III ever starts, there is going to be a lot of shit talking online. 12 Angry Men is probably the most epic 1v1 clutch of all time. Birds must know which family member is coming to their nest by the sound of flapping wings, just like we recognize our family's footsteps. The less fit one's body is, the more amazing that athletic feats become. This might explain why the people least likely to participate in sports seem to be the biggest fans. Red. Needed smartwatches was telling time than a dead normal watch. People are normally more comfortable with discussing masturbation with strangers than with siblings. It must be really awkward to be a middle-aged white guy who actually does lose his kid's dog at a park. Getting any help would be impossible. Hardened bread by toasting it, only to butter it with the aim of softening it again. One day there will be world peace, but it will only exist for about 3 weeks as #worldpeace. Then everyone will move on. Extroverts with their hearts on their sleeve, introverts with a sleeve on their heart. Since mosquitoes suck when they bite you, you're technically giving you hickeys.